Do you want to bulletproof your ManyChat quick replies so that your ManyChat subscribers continue in your flows? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you that now. All right, let's get this party rock and rolling. Today, we're going to talk about bulletproofing ManyChat quick replies. And why do I say bulletproof? Well, for a few reasons. You know, sometimes your subscriber is going to type an answer in versus picking a button. Now, granted, that's the old reason why you're going to want to do that right now. And it's true. We don't want our subscribers getting stuck when we're giving them a multiple choice type of question. And they can type stuff in, and sometimes it would just kill the flow. You know, the message, the whole bot would just stop. So we're going to bulletproof that. But on top of that, because we're experiencing some issues where quick replies are not showing up, you know, and it's a bug within Facebook Messenger, and we need to address that. We need to address that in some way. And I know Facebook's working on it. I'm working with Anastasia over at ManyChat. They're contacting their Facebook contacts and seeing if we can get this resolved as soon as possible, but it's taken them months. And so we still want to use quick replies. And sometimes, like I said, they don't show up. And so why don't we give our subscribers a few more choices so that they can continue the flow, we can get the information we want from them, and we can move forward within the flow and forward within the chatbot. So what we're going to do is you're going to create a flow, or you can just, within your flow, you're going to put some quick replies. What you want to do is, I would put it as a separate message so that you can go back to it. And I'll show you what that means later. So we have, basically what I did is I grabbed a user input block. All right. Put that up there. I put a delay. So I have a delay up there as well. And today what we're going to do is we're just going to say, choose a color, Jeff. Please tap a button of the color of your choice below, or type the color in. Your choices are red, blue, green, or black. So we're going to give them quick replies with those colors, but we're also going to allow them to type it in. And within the message, we're going to tell our subscriber what their choices are, just in case the buttons don't show up, so they can type it in. And it's a little more work, true, but you're able to still use the feature of quick replies in your bots. And it's going to bulletproof that your subscriber is going to have the options to continue that flow. So here we are. And so what I'm going to do is I have to create quick replies of all the colors. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put blue and green and black. All right. So I have all the colors. So they match what I said in the message, and I have the same buttons. And what I'm going to do here is, when you do the user input, it's going to come up text. What you want to do is go down to multiple choice. All right. And then you want to allow typing. So I'm just going to delete this one right now. We're going to go back to the one I have. So again, what I did is I went down and chose multiple choice, and I checkboxed the allow free text input. Then I created a text field, just call a color, whatever you want. You know, you want to retain what they either type in or the button. And what the great thing about this is, a button, now granted you can move this over and put a different reply, but a button with the user input block and the multiple choice type of reply, it's going to put whatever's in your button into this custom field. So there's a key there. So if you want to make sure that you have what's going on here. So if you want something shortened, you're saying more, you'd have to type in red here or something like that. But right now, what I would say is make sure whatever your text is in your buttons is what you want to receive in the field, because we're going to check that in a condition block because it's got to match to what they are going to type in. All right. So now we have all that. And now what you're going to do is you're going to click on the bottom here. You're going to click continue to another step. I'm going to move myself up here. Continue to another step. And we're going to extend off that. And we're going to create a condition. So what I did, let's go a little slower here, just drag this out, left click on it, hold down, release, and then do a condition. So now it's connected to continue to a condition. What we're going to do is we're going to say any. It doesn't take it until I put some in. Oh, did the second time. All right. But we want any. So make sure that you say any. All right. And then we're going to scroll down. And now one of the things, hopefully, had suggested ManyChat that within the condition that you can search for the fields. And I think they're going to be bringing that in. But you have to scroll down and find a color. And you're just going to say is red. All right. And then I'm going to put another condition because now, remember, we're allowing them to type this in. So they could type it in as red, all lowercase, which is okay. They're still telling us red. And we're going to do another one. And we're going to say a color is all caps, red. So we want to make sure that we're covering everything that they might type in. Yeah, they could go uppercase RE and then lower D, but and you could do that. I mean, you could go and get real technical on here and go RED, something like that. So now we have red covered. And now with the change from ManyChat, we can actually just add, we don't have to do another condition. We can go check another condition. And this one, we're going to say any again. We have to do it twice for whatever reason. So we have any there, and then we're going to go a color is blue. And we're going to put all those in there. And get all these in. Blue. And then another one is going to be blue. There we go. And then we're going to go to another condition. And we're going to say any. Twice, just get the any there. And we're going to go down to is green. And we'll do another one. Color is green. And we're going to go one more. Color is green. All right. And I think I'm just going to get rid of black and just to speed this up a little bit. I'll delete that. So you can have as many ones you want. But now if we're looking at this, we're going to ask them for a color. Actually, I'm going to take black out of here too. Or green. All right. So we got those colors. They're matching. And then we come in and we check to see what they entered. Now, if they entered something that wasn't right, we can say, I'll probably put a delay, put the delay there and say, hey, Jeff, we need you to select one of the colors, red, blue, or green. Here is the question again. And so you could, have a button, or you could say, hey, do you want to answer this question? But I'm just going to take them back. I'm just going to say, okay, well, I'm going to do continue. And I'm going to take them back to up here until they get it right. And granted, you could say, You could have a skip button, or, you could put something in here that allows them to get around it. But it all depends on the context of what you're trying to do. Now, if you really need this answered, I would just keep looping them until they answer it. And if they really want to go through your flow, they're going to answer it. If they don't, then they didn't. But you could put now I don't think it says skip button, but I don't think you can have a skip button on here. I think it's just defaulting out there because there's nothing. If I take this away, if you do that, you can take the typing away, but then you get a skip button, but we don't want that. So, because we do want to allow them to type in. So you're not going to get a skip button. So you might want to say if you don't want to answer, type in skip, something like that. And then you could type in skip. And then what you would do is you'd go over to your condition and you would add another condition. And you'd say any. And you'd say color is skip. And then you would do all the versions of skip in there. I mean, you can do all the versions again. Is skip, something like that. I'm going to stop there. So what you would do is if it's none of these, and now this one, you would just say, okay, we skipped this message. Jeff. There we go. And then you could just do whatever, depending on if you don't care what the answer, as far as, red means something, blue means something, green means something, you're going to take them down a different path in your flows, you have that opportunity to do that. So you would do is you'd do color is was it a color? Yeah, there it is, a color. And then you could do, all right, so I got that one. Actually, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to duplicate this and duplicate this. So you could do something like that, even though they're all the same. You could take them down different paths depending on what they answered. If that's what the context of what you're doing is you want to do, you can just do that. If that's not the case and you don't really care, and let's say they're just going on to question 2, something like that. So then we could just delete that, and let's just say color is this. Here is question 2. Then you could just run them all to there, because you got the right answer. You got something in there. You have different ones. Now, one other thing you could do, and I'm just going to show you, if you have to have it, and, granted, they typed in stuff that could be wrong. Let's say you want capital RED, and later on you're going to check this, and you don't want to do this kind of condition, or you're going to check them all different ones. You want it consistently red. You could just say like this. You could do an action, because it was red. And so you could set custom field, and you could do a color, and you could say a color is red. There you go. And so now it's going to be consistent. And so you're going to do on this one, you're going to do the same thing. Actually, I can just cancel that. I can dupe this. Put that there. Whoops. Put that there. And change this color to blue. And then we'll dupe this. And we'll bring that over. And we'll drag that over there. We're going to do that. And we're going to make that, what is it, green? Green. All right. And I want to drag that out of there. And then we got them all going to this right here. So let's say we're going on to question 2 here. We're just going to make it set so that it's a consistent of what we wanted out of these buttons. All right. So now we're going to set those so that's right. You could probably do it here too, so that you know what it is. And so you might dupe that one and you might do that. Let's say if you had a skip, if you put a skip in there. So later on when you're tallying them or you're using a color for something else, then you know consistently it's going to be skip, green, blue, red with a capital first letter and smaller case the rest. All right. Keeps it nice and clean. Now, this will bulletproof whatever you're doing. So it will make sure that everything shows up. And that, everything, or if the quick replies don't show up, you're not going to get stuck. All right. All right. Now we're going to test this flow. So I'm going to preview it. And we should be able to go over here. And I was running a couple times. So basically, I'm going to pick red. All right. I'm just going to pick a color and it says red. Here's question 2. So we are going to question 2 like it was going to run. All right. So I'm going to go back and we're going to run it again. And I'm just going to run preview. And we're going to get it over here again. And we're going to type in black. All right. So we typed in a color that doesn't exist. And it's like, oh, hey, Jeff, we have red, green, or blue. I mean, red, blue, or green. You need to pick one of those. Here's the question again. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to type in green, all uppercase. All right. So I'm going to type in green, uppercase. Color is green. So you can see that we got uppercase, lowercase, so that action set it to the value that we wanted. So now we're all set there. And so we're going to run it again. And I'm not sure why when I flip over this screen, it kind of goes that way, but we're going to go over here and it's running again. And then we're going to type in, let's say, skip. So they're going to skip the thing. Okay, we skipped the message. So that worked. And then so now what we're going to do is I'm going to run it one more time. And we're going to, let's see, we're going to type in, what do we do? Green, blue, and I'm going to go lowercase blue. And it's uppercase letter and then lowercase blue. So we're all set. So this is actually working really well. And so now when you're using these ManyChat quick replies, you're going to be able to bulletproof them based on if they enter, if the buttons show up, they're able to type something in and all that good stuff. So, and then you just built this condition and then you used actions to set it so that it's the right text, uppercase, lowercase, that you're expecting later. And then you just do the proper thing after. Well, that concludes our video for today on how to bulletproof your ManyChat quick replies. We walked through how to set up your flows using a ManyChat user input block, a multiple choice reply type, setting up those quick replies, but also in the text, indicating the choices that your ManyChat subscribers have, allowing them to still type those in. But then going into a ManyChat condition so that you can actually figure out if they typed it in correctly or not, and also looking to let them skip the question if they want, but also correcting anything they might have typed in to make it consistent. So if you're checking that user input field later, that custom user input field later, that is in the right context for you to check it. If you have any questions or comments on this, please post them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell so that you get notification of any new videos uploaded. Down in the description, I have a great Facebook group. Come on and join us, all like-minded people sharing things. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.